Welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my two all-time favorite snacks that I always have on hand, and those happen to be granola bars. So the first one is going to be my own Heavenly Hunk bar. I went through like 5 bags of the big Costco size of the Heavenly Hunks, and then I realized, why am I buying these? I can make these and I can have better ingredients in the bars. So this is where that recipe was inspired from, was Heavenly Hunks. It's super dense, it's just the right amount of sweetness, packed with oats, and so if you're breastfeeding, oats are great for milk supply. These are incredible bars. Right now, my favorite. The second is a tried and true recipe that I have been making for 3 or 4 years. It was my go-to when I was nursing at the hospital. It would help get me through those long shifts, and this one is a Chewy granola bar. It has dates as the base and it has peanut butter and honey, all that good stuff. It is so good, and both of these bars store really well in the freezer for up to 3 months, and they store well in an airtight container in the refrigerator for about a week to a week and a half. So while the baby's sleeping, let's go make these bars. All right, you guys, so for this first recipe, this is the Heavenly Hunks dupe recipe. I'm just going to show you where it is on my Instagram, but I will also be posting both recipes down in the description box below. So for this first one, I like to use my KitchenAid mixer, so I'm just using my bowl for that. If you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, just a large bowl with a hand mixer will work totally fine. But I just like to use the mixer because it saves some arm strength just using the mixer. So I'm just showing you some of the ingredients we're adding. This recipe is so easy. You literally just throw everything in the bowl and mix it together. For the coconut oil here, obviously I go and melt it and then mix it in. And make sure and use the same measuring cup for the honey and for the peanut butter, because after the coconut oil is in that measuring cup, the honey just slides out. Same with the peanut butter. So it is kind of a nice little hack if you always do the coconut oil first. The brown sugar is totally optional in this recipe, but I just think it gives it that little extra kick of sweetness. Don't have to do it. For the mini chocolate chips, it's about a half a cup, but I think I went a little bit overboard. I really love the mini chocolate chips in this recipe. So yeah, we're just mixing it together now, and it comes together really good. You kind of want the consistency where it's kind of forming into dough a little bit, and that is perfect. I'm just gonna mix it together one last time, make sure the consistency is good. All right, and here we're gonna be using an 8x8 pan that is lined with parchment paper. This makes it super easy to take the bars out when they are done. If you don't have parchment paper, tinfoil would probably work just fine for this, but you definitely want to line it with something so when it comes time to pull the bars out, it's easy to get out. All right, so next is going to be the Chewy granola bar. Okay, one side note here. I totally thought this whole time that these were medjool dates, however you say that, but these are not. And honestly, the consistency of the dates were not perfect. So I would make sure you are definitely using the medjool dates for this recipe. The consistency is way better, and you want it to form into a dough-like structure once you are done mixing it in the food processor. Mine did not, and then I realized why, because I wasn't using the medjool dates. And if your dates are a little bit dry, make sure and soak them in hot water a couple hours before, because you really need the dates to hold the bar together. So if you're having issues with the consistency, just maybe soak your dates. And for the nuts, you can use any type of nuts that you like. I'm using walnuts and almonds and some pumpkin seeds in this recipe. For chopping them, I like to keep them roughly chopped. I don't like to finely dice them, so I'm just going to chop them up roughly. I like the consistency for that in these bars. You can also toast these if you want. For sake of time, I don't toast these, but you can toast these and the oats for a little added flavor and texture if you'd like. For the coconut chips, you'll see here I totally burnt them, but just put them in the oven on broil for maybe a minute or two. I forgot about them because Sayla was crying, so I burnt the first ones. So this is what our peanut butter and our honey looks like once it's been on the stovetop for a couple minutes on low to medium. literally add everything together in your saucepan. That's why you want to make sure you have a medium-sized one so you can mix everything in there. And you kind of want to do it fast while it's still warm, so then you can mix everything together a little bit easier. I'm just going to be adding some vanilla. You can also add in some chia seeds, craisins. You can kind of get creative, flax seeds, whatever you like. So once you mix it together well, this is also going to go into an 8x8 pan that is also lined with parchment paper. And then you're going to press it down pretty firmly. And what I found I like to do is just get another piece of parchment paper and put it on top, because these ones can be kind of sticky. So a piece of parchment paper is kind of nice. And I also will use the back of the saucepan to kind of press it down firmly. And these will also go into the freezer for about 10 minutes just so they can get hard before I cut them. Okay, so we took these ones out of the freezer. I'm just gonna cut these ones up. You can cut the bars in any shape or form you like. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish up cutting these ones up, and to store them I usually put them in a glass container, but those are all dirty, so I'm just gonna put them into a Ziploc bag, which works totally great. These ones are going straight into the refrigerator because I eat these so fast. The other ones are in the freezer. But that is it, you guys. Such an easy, healthy snack to have on hand. Let me know if you make this. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.